Check out Bobblehead here. He's having a rough night. The lights are shining right in his eyes. I'm sorry. He's got a Trump hat on. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Rough night. You're doing all right, buddy. You're okay. There we go. We just gotta get a snack or something. Welcome back to Road to October. This is my weekly series where I take my journey between now and Halloween. This is episode number 21, and we're making quite a bit of progress. So it's late Wednesday night, October 5th. I'm down here in my basement assembling cemetery fence pieces. I don't want to be doing this. Be quite honest, I could care less if I did the whole graveyard, light show thing this year. But I think that's what people expect to see. That's what they want to come see. So we're going to do it, and having the haunted house will just be an added bonus. But anyway, I remember these things taking a lot longer than they used to. They're going pretty quick. I shouldn't complain. I guess they seem like they take longer to put together a couple years ago because we did a whole lot less a couple years ago. Doing this whole haunted house thing is just crazy overwhelming with the amount of stuff to take care of. But anyway, I'd rather be sleeping right now rather than putting these things together, but I only have a half a dozen more left to put together, so that's what we're doing. Well, it's Saturday morning. I don't know if you can tell behind me, but it's raining. It's been raining since Thursday night, so 36 hours worth of rain. I'm kind of disappointed because I want to get the whole graveyard and stuff set up today and the whole light show, get all that stuff going, but that's not going to happen, at least not today. Maybe tomorrow, hopefully. So in the meantime, I've been kind of like just tinkering around with some other odds and ends stuff. Remember this tank we had worked on last week? My buddy Al Driver sent me a message, said you might want to put a check valve on it. So that's what I did. I put this little guy right here is a check valve, and basically what that does is when my big tank fills up this tank, this check valve will hold that pressure in here. So let's say if the elevator sucks a bunch of pressure out of that, let's say it's at 100 psi, this one's at 100 psi, and then this one drops to, let's say, 80. If I didn't have this check valve on here, the air pressure from here would try to backfeed into the big one. So this will keep the pressure on the tank. So that was a great idea. So that's what I was doing. I was putting that on, and then I got a little too aggressive with my wrenching, and it completely cracked my T-valve. So we'll be going to Harbor Freight to get another one. So anyway, working on that. Also did this, added a cable system to the back door of the elevator. So I don't know if you remember, but there is actually a wall right here, and this has the drop panel. So when the guests go through the elevator, go through the whole ride and everything, once it's done, they really didn't know, the guests really didn't know what they're supposed to do or where they're supposed to go. So with this cable, they'll be able to open the door up just like an automatic door. So nothing more than I got an eyelet on top of the door, and the cable is concealed inside that track. So again, you don't see any of this. So when an actor hears that the whole sequence is done, they can pull on this cord, and it'll open up the back door to let the guests out. So I did that. The other thing, my lights, my flickery lights, I had decided to come over here, and this is the wire to the lights. I hooked it up to the prop controllers. So I hooked it up to the normally closed circuit on one of the channels. So when the elevator falls and it gets down to the bottom and it crashes, and it goes black, so now the overhead lights and everything will completely go black, so it'll be nice and dark inside there, and then the zombies start flashing and all that stuff. So anyway, that's about all I can do. I'm thinking about going to work and grabbing the zombie containment cage and maybe setting that up I gotta go downstairs and go through all my lighting and stuff like that and see what I have available for the haunt. Since I'm not going to put up like a lot of the other props and stuff like that out in the yard, like the gravedigger and all that stuff, I'm not going to do that this year. So all the lights that I use for those, I'll be able to use inside the haunt. So I don't know, odds and ends stuff today. I'm fucking tired. All right, so that's where my zombie containment area stays through the year. I'm at my work right now. Obviously, I still got my barrel zombie there. And I just got done loading up my truck. So I drug all that stuff down the stairs and into my truck. So I decided, since it was raining today, I needed to be productive, and I decided I needed to tackle something big, and this is definitely a big project here. So got that all loaded up by myself, mind you. And I'm kind of glad I came over to work because I got another package in the mail today. I had ordered this guy here, if I can get him out. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. This is a, come on, CFX mask that I got a really good deal on the eBay once again. I think this one's pretty cool. I think it's kind of like the sister to the Boogeyman, I think is the name of it. But yeah, I think this is a pretty awesome one. So anyway, I'm gonna go home and make room in the garage and start setting up the containment, I guess. Yay. All right, so it's Sunday morning. We finally got some sunshine today, and we're gonna go out and set up the graveyard finally. I wanted to do that yesterday, but weather didn't allow it. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you guys my mad organizational skills as I get ready for Halloween. I've pulled pretty much everything out, just trying to go through stuff, see what I got, see where stuff is. No rhyme or reason. Everything's just kind of everywhere. And yeah, so we're like I said, we're gonna set up the graveyard today. So gotta get out the rest of the tombstones and all that, and hopefully we'll get that completely done. I want to get the graveyard up, the tombstones up, the lights, the light show, all that stuff completely done, and that way I can focus on doing the whole haunted house walkthrough thing. All right, quick update. Putting together the cemetery. It's for the most part pretty much done, ready to get the light show going. I still have this pile of lights here that since I'm not putting up the props and stuff, I'll be able to use those in the haunt stuff this year. But yeah, so far so good. I don't know, same as last couple of years, so it's kind of anticlimactic for me, but maybe for some of you guys that haven't seen it, maybe you'll dig it. But here's something else I wanted to show you guys. Let's go over here. The lawnmower. I had to mow my lawn before I put the graveyard up. So my contractor buddy found me 7 6-foot by 10-foot dog run panels. It's actually the same place where I got this one from. This would have been the 8th one, which I bought last year, but they just wanted to get rid of these. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these. I'm pretty sure that second tent that's going to be out in front of the haunt is, it'll probably like wrap that or something. But anyway, that's where we're at. Status update. The zombie cage is, for the most part, done. Just a couple little odds and ends. Got to hook up the little trigger to it and the remote and all that stuff. I got to finish off that one side and brace it up a little bit. But yep, that thing's pretty much ready to go. Let's go back here through the house. I had set up Miller. I set up the rest of my panels, got those painted up, so those are ready to go. That is not necessarily the orientation they're going to be in, but I just had to get them stood up so I could get them all painted. So just waiting for those to dry so I could put them away, and that's pretty much it. All right, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Road to October. If you got any questions, comments about anything we're working on, leave them down below. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.